trips, business engagements, whatever the occasion.
What can you do, Ambrose? Nothing is... Hello?
Mom, gosh, I was about to give up on you.
Hi, baby. I just got back from Diana's, darling. I found your note. Oh, sweetheart, I should have stayed home with you.
That's okay. I'm used to it.
No, darling, I've disappointed you, but I'm going to change.
Sure.
Why don't you ask her to come out here?
We're going to have dessert in a little while, and Mrs. Snyder wanted me to ask you out here. We're having ice cream, and it is fantastic if you want to come.
Darling, it's awfully late. I'm sort of tired.
That's okay. I understand.
Wait a minute. Strike what I said, baby. Strike it. What am I saying? I'd love to come.
You would?
I'm on my way, baby. See you soon. I'm going to be a better mother. I am. That's my resolution. At least I can manage that. Oh, I better put her to bed.
Oh, yeah. There we go. I've been thinking all day about that argument we had last night. Oh.
Yeah, so have I.
I mean, it's just, I tell you, everything goes wrong and when things aren't right between us.
I know. I feel the same way. There were things that just had to be said. I'm sorry I waited so long and that pent-up anger and everything.
Well, tell you what, let's make a deal, huh? When things get off track between us, we'll just talk about them right away as they come up, okay? No holding back?
Sounds good.
Okay.
You gotta be honest with me, too, you know, when you feel something. I mean, from what you said last night, I'm not exactly perfect either.
Well, your mommy's just about as close to perfect as possible. Can I make a fire for us?
Sure.
Huh? A little fire for my perfect lover?
Yeah, well, just hold that thought, because I'm gonna put Munchkin to bed, and then we're gonna have a very long, very sensible discussion.
Well, are there more problems to talk about here? I thought we dealt with most of them last night.
No, it's no problem. It's just, well, I was talking to Ellen about something today, and, well, it's something I need to talk to you about now.
Well, could you give me a hand? What's it about?
About my life. See, I've given it a lot of thought, and, well, now I really want to get a job.
About. Just be quiet, please. Listen to what he has to say. Quiet! I can't even hear the man. It's been like that ever since I... Quiet! Quiet! Aaron O'Hara woman.
Hey, see, at least get the name straight. Oh, you see, I do understand everything that happened, and I'm aware of what's involved. If you just
Mom,
listen to the story, it'll all be...
Mom, why don't you let me handle this, all right?
But
just wait a second, all right? Liz, just wait a minute.
Yes, all right.
Please. Lieutenant, last fall, Shannon came to me with some crazy story about a smug... Wait a minute.
No, hold it. All right. Everybody, out of this house. Except Mr. Mitchell and Shannon Casey. Everybody else. I thought you just said...
Wait a minute. I stay because I'm her lawyer. He stays because he's mine.
All right, you, and whatever your name is, you. You stay. Everybody else. Out. Just get him out of here. Just now, Mr. Mitchell. Just go on with your story, and it better be the truth.
Yes, of course, Lieutenant, but well, couldn't we have some coffee or tea in the meantime?
Oh, sure. All right, who gets sugar, who gets cream?
I would like cream.
Wait a minute, what am I doing? This isn't a restaurant. No tea, no coffee. Now, get on with your story.
All right. Now, I suppose that you want to see the diamonds. Here they are. Now, aren't they exquisite? Lieutenant, you are about to hear a true story, stranger than any fiction that I could possibly invent.
As the world turns, this portion brought to you today by our moist, delicious baking mixes from Duncan Hines and by Tide. On tough dirt, Tide won't quit till your clothes are clean.
Announcing big news from Duncan Hines. New bakery-style muffins in a mix. Big on moistness because they're Duncan Hines. Big with natural fruit or real nuts and real crumb toppings. Bake 'em big. Bake 'em moist. Bake 'em delicious. Big blueberry. Big pecan nut. Big raisin and spice. New bakery-style muffins. Only from Duncan Hines.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for
We really
coming.
enjoyed it.
Good night.
Hurry, I gotta wash these spots before they dry.
4. We've been here hours.
How can two people spill so much?
Well-
Really? His chicken cacciatore,
I
her
know.
cocktail sauce,
Yeah.
chocolate mousse. I have food.
Relax, it's only a table.
Oh, but it's your mother's, and I want these spots out. This will never come clean. Oh, I bet it's ruined.
It's not ruined.
I know, tough stains.
Uh-oh, we're out of Tide.
No, there's
No, it isn't the same. It's new Tide.
no.
New, tough cleaning Tide. It's got to work.
We'll see.
New Tide can do it, even on some of your toughest stains like chicken cacciatore. Look, most powders quit here. But New Tide gets out what most other powders leave behind.
I never thought it would come this clean. New Tide did it. Honey,
Yeah.
you know what I'm going to make the next time your boss comes for dinner?
How about reservations?
New Tide gets out some of the toughest stains most other powders leave behind. New Tide won't quit till clothes come clean.
Lots more dishes to do and your stud's fizzled out again. Think your bargain brand is really a bargain? Think again. One squeeze of an average bargain brand can clean only this many dishes. The same amount of Ivory Liquid cleans this many, and this many more, about twice as many. Ivory Liquid has longer-lasting suds than the bargain brand, and those famous Ivory suds can leave hands feeling smooth. Ivory Liquid cleans about twice as many dishes, and that's the simple truth.
I need the kind of challenge in my life at this point that only a job is going to give me.
Well, I thought you told me that being a mother and a wife was really very challenging.
It is. It is, and I'm not going to do anything to interfere with that.
What's this going to do to our plans for having another baby?
Steve, I thought we talked about this last night. I thought we agreed that it's just not the time now. It's not right. If somewhere down the line I do happen to get pregnant and in time, then I'd take a maternity leave like everybody else does.
I just don't understand why this is so important to you right now, because I'm making a good income. We don't need a
See,
second.
it's not about money for me. It's about growing.
Well, it seems to me like it's about us growing apart.
No, come on, don't look at it that way. Well, look, at least we're standing here talking rationally about something that 2 months ago would have sent you into a tailspin. I know it's hard for you to understand, and I appreciate that you're trying. But it's important that you do understand for the sake of our marriage, to have a good marriage. Don't you see that?
I guess so.
Oh, I love you. And no job is ever going to change that.
I made it. Yeah, lovely.
What?
You got very you, darling, I've had a driver's license for a certain number of years. Do you know my daughter, Meg? No, how nice. Another beautiful daughter. Nothing could keep me away from home, Meg. I was at dinner with my lawyer at Diana's, and the whole thing was interrupted because somebody was arrested. And there was a brawl. It was wonderful.
Someone arrested? Who?
Shannon O'Hara.
Shannon, what are you talking about, Miss Walker?
Well, I don't know the details, of course, but something to do with smuggling diamonds into the country.
You got it so far, Lieutenant, hmm?
I think so.
Good.
Now, I'm with you through the close call in Paris, the near miss in Venice, and the minor fracas on the lawn at the Taj Mahal.
Good. Now comes the important part, so listen carefully.
How can he top what he's already told?
He's on a roll.
Finally, my dear friend, Mrs. Winthrop Corey, realized that somebody was trying to steal her famous diamonds. So, I devised a plan. And while she was having paste imitations made, I was asking pointed questions of certain underworld characters that live in the back streets of Nice. Well, I found out that the infamous Chicago fence Guy Howard was behind the attempted thefts. So I contacted him, gave my unsuspected darling the phony diamonds, put her on a plane to O'Hare Airport, where Howard's contact was supposed to meet her. Now, forgive me. I just didn't want you to know because I wanted you to be safe.
I know. It's okay. It's all right.
Please, go on, Mr. Mitchell.
Well, that's it. Mrs. Corey put the real diamonds in the vault, and we waited, hoping that my plan would bring Howard out of hiding so that the police could catch him.
And your plan worked like a charm, except for a few hitches along the way. Like a woman named Evelyn Stone, she was found murdered. Mrs. Hughes was held hostage in her own home, and Steve Andropoulos was beaten to a pulp by Guy Howard and his goons.
I know, Lieutenant. Mrs. Corey and I, we learned a bitter lesson. In the future, we will leave apprehending criminals to those who are qualified, such as yourselves. Now, this incident has made me feel a deep respect for you, the police gentlemen.
Well, look, the upshot, Lieutenant, is you did apprehend Guy Howard.
No, there's no excuses. If you want to arrest someone, you just arrest me. You know, I used my niece to bring Guy Howard to justice. Now, if that is wrong, then I am ready to pay the price of society.
Mr. Mitchell, we don't have any charges to hold against you unless Miss O'Hara wants to press charges against you.
Oh, no, just drop it. I forgive you.
Oh, I don't deserve a niece like this one.
But in all my years on the forces is the damnedest story I ever heard. All right, both of you are free to go. Don't leave town until we corroborate this with Mrs. Corey. We can contact her in Nice?
Oh, yes, I'm sure she'll be happy to verify everything that I've told you.
Well, you better hope so. That's all for now.
No, it was a pleasure, Lieutenant McCloskey. A pleasure. Yes, I think that you are doing a wonderful job here. Just a wonderful job.
You can tell a lot from body language. This means I'm shy. This means I'm not. And this means I need help.
From my unbeatable bodybuilding system, Prel shampoo and Prel conditioner.
Prel fullness, Prel body, Prel nice.
The Prel bodybuilding system for unbeatable body and fullness.
Prel shampoo and Prel conditioner. It says you look great. In any language.
Is he gonna use Jif too?
Sure. It's got to be Jif for my guys. Or girls.
The difference is just being all teaching to make a Jif. All gone.
I remember choosing the peanut butter for his first taste. I tried all the big brands, and Jif had more fresh roasted peanut taste.
You have to share, if he's a girl.
Who leaves the shine so shiny you have to ask? Is it wet?
No, it's dry.
A shine so shiny you have to ask. Is it wet?
Nope, it's dry.
Who leaves the shine without drinking, without risking? So convincing. Is it wet? Is it dry? You know the answer, you know the guy.
Mr. Clean's the man.
Mr. Clean is the man behind that shine. Is it wet or is it dry?
Hello, Mother. Hello, Father. And Louis says, I'm no bother. And the weather might get better. But I wish I had my own smelling sweater.
You miss Downy, I can tell it. April fresh, just wait to smell it. Only Downy brings that to you. While it brings the softness in, much love, we miss you.
April Fresh Downy.
Thank you, Andrew. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Good. Is the champagne you ordered?
Thank you. Listen, the place is kind of dead. What's...
A little bit of excitement earlier.
Oh, you did?
I believe one calls it a free-for-all.
This is a free-for-all.
Some of the guests thought it safer to leave.
I see. We had a whipped cream fight here, and I missed it. I'm sorry I missed it.
Well, I'm not.
This is great. Thank you.
Had
If
enough
you bring me a
fight
napkin.
later.
It's okay.
Well, how's it feel to be out from under Cinder's thumb?
It's different. Look, let's forget about the past. That's what I like to do now, and I just think about the future, huh?
Yes. Yes, I'd like to talk about the future. I'd like to talk about my future. Honey,
Thank you.
I just feel like I need a change in my life. And, I want to do something different. I mean, besides working at the hospital, you know, and meet new people and everything. And I've thought this out for a while now, and I know I've mentioned it to you once or twice before. And, I really think
Mama,
that it would be
you should
fun.
go back to singing.
You really think
Oh, yeah.
so?
It would
I mean,
make
it's
me
just an
so
idea.
happy. No, go for it. Look, I'm going to put a good word in with you, with Lisa here. She and I might be partners anyway, so...
What?
Well, we might be partners. We're thinking about buying Carolyn's.
You're kidding.
No, it's kind of caught up in Doug Cummings' estate, which is a little sticky, but Lucinda wants it. So I want it first, and I think Lisa and I can make a go of it.
Well, good. I hope it works.
It's going to work, and when it works, I'm going to book you there.
Oh, well, it's a deal.
Okay.
To the future and brighter days. Craig, are you all right?
Yeah. I was thinking about a time that we made a toast to the future. Another time. It's like another life, it seems.
Sierra, this music, doesn't it remind you of Montego?
I suppose. That seems like another whole life now.
Not to me. One day we will return home to reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Tonio, I think we should concentrate on our life right here. Tonio, please stop working.
Oh, Sierra, I must get that done. I have a meeting with Mrs. Walsh in the morning. All right. Let's talk for a few minutes.
Thank you.
Now, what is it?
Well, I've been thinking. Maybe I should try to set things right with Mrs. Walsh. After all, I mean, in spite of everything, she is my mother. And I don't think there should be so much anger between us. And besides, it's been awfully hard on Lily. So if Mrs. Walsh and I could at least be civil with each other, I might be able to get closer to Lily and, I don't know, Tonio, maybe help her. What do you think?
I think that's good. But I'm curious. What brought about this sudden change of heart?
Just been giving it some thought. And I talked it over with Betsy and Craig earlier.
Where did you see Craig Montgomery?
At Betsy's. It was just an accident. Why?
Well, I just don't like you talking with him. He's hurt you enough already.
Don't know. Craig and I were both hurt. Now, if we can be friends after everything that's happened, that's what I want.
Oh, but Sierra, maybe you don't understand. I don't want you to be friends with him.
Tony, it's how I feel. And I think you're just going to have to find some way to accept it.
Sierra, women in Montego would not speak to their husbands that way. Now, I know you have learned many new ideas here, but I think some of them are going to have to be changed. Look, Sierra, I want us to be compatible in our thoughts. Just as we are when we're making love. What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm just not in a very compatible frame of mind right now. Excuse me.
Yes, I'd like to speak to Lieutenant McCluskey, please. I would like to find out what happened to Shannon O'Hara. She was arrested. Is there somebody there I can speak to then?
Holden, how are the tutoring sessions going?
Pretty good. We're slowly catching on.
I'm glad that you can help her. I think that perhaps you could help me. Miss Sierra wants someone to buy her horse. I want you to tell her, please, that you found someone.
But I haven't yet.
Yes, you have. I'm offering $25,000. She wouldn't take the money if she knew it came from me.
And if she finds out?
She's not going to. You're a clever young man, aren't you, Holden? And I pay very nicely when my secrets are kept.
Ice cream time.
What butter brings to everything is gold. What butter brings
is dairy fresh milk. Unlike margarine, which is mostly hydrogenated oil and water. That's why butter brings an aroma and a taste like no margarine can.
Any unreported stains and remove them before it's too late. In an imperfect world, pin your hopes on this. Unreported stains can't get by biz.
A skincare consultant often hears, "My skin's so dry."
Monday on Stuart Pro and Mrs. King, it's a red carpet welcome for a foreign dignitary who's marked for murder. Then on Kate and Allie gets a surprise when she places a personal ad.
This guy sent his picture. It's not of his face.
And will Newhart's book achieve the literary merit it deserves? It sucks swamp water. Monday.
Look, Lieutenant. Marcia Talbot killed Kevin Gibson. She practically killed two members of my family. Now, if you ask me, the sooner you get her convicted and put behind bars, the better.
Hey, calm down. You're talking crazy. You know, you're brought in here because you broke up your mother's restaurant. Don't start telling me how to run my job.
Okay. I'm a little on edge. My wife is somewhere halfway around the world. I haven't spoken to her in 3 weeks. I'm not even sure where she is. You know what that's doing to me?
I know.
No, you don't know. I miss her, Lieutenant.
Excuse me, Lieutenant, Marcia Talbot's lawyer is here. He wants to see her in private. Should I take him down to the visitor's room or what? No, let him use my office. I want to get some air. All right. Who's your lawyer? Jennings Thayer. Have I heard of him?
What do you mean have I ever heard of him? Of course I've heard of him. He's one of the best. How did she get him?
Well, his firm represented Doug Cummings' wife, Caroline Webb. They supervised the entire Webb fortune after her parents died. In fact, it was Thayer who appointed Marcia Talbot to be Caroline Webb's financial advisor. I mean, they go way back.
Well, his reputation isn't going to get Talbot off. I just can't figure out what line of defense he'd use.
I know. Tom, did you ever talk to your sister about the day Doug Cummings was murdered?
Of course I did.
Well, do you think Doug Cummings was trying to rape her when Mrs. Hughes found them?
Yes, that's why Kim had to do whatever she had to do. Why?
Just asking.
Here you go. Thank you for letting me use your office, Lieutenant McCluskey.
I'm Jennings Thayer.
Right, Jennings. Yeah, this is Tom Hughes.
Mr. Thayer. Hughes? You any relation to Kim or Franny Hughes?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
Craig, I know you've been through an awful lot. You're sorry for Sierra, too. You're married to someone that you couldn't possibly...
Well, I really can't think of it. Except I think about it all the time. I know her. She's going to do everything she can to make that marriage work.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a little announcement to make for all of you who were here earlier when we had our little brawl. I want you to know the police made a terrible mistake, and they're very, very sorry, and everything is just fine now. But I meant what I said when I was up there at the top of the stairs before we left. I said, tonight, the dinner is on the house. Well, I meant it, so let's have a party, huh? Thank you.
I say that's very generous of you, Lieutenant. It's a fine way to go broke.
Oh, well, I'm glad Tom isn't here. You have to sit and fall in it. I'm not glad at all. He left me high and dry.
Hey, stick with us. We'll show you a good time. Besides, it's all on Lisa.
Chet, darling, will you please show everyone to a table, please? Sure. They're still standing. Yes, good. So, go ahead and have a seat. Okay?
Let's have champagne, okay?
Would you be so kind as to order the champagne for everybody, and I'll be right over there.
Your every wish.
Thank you. Talk to my future partner.
Hey, darling, how are you?
All the fun people are here tonight, I see, right? You having a good time? How good we know. We're the finest restaurant in town. Well, that's true for now, but this is going here to tell you that we are going to buy Caroline.
I certainly did. Listen, have you talked to Tom about it when we can start bidding?
Yeah, I have. It's going to take a little time.
Why?
Well, there's a lot of legal red tape we have to get through. Oh, don't you worry. Tom is going to take care of everything. We will get a hold of Caroline's. We will buy it before that old Lucinda does, if it kills me.
I'm staying at the Lakeview Towers. I'd like to talk to you first thing tomorrow.
You mind if I ask what about?
Oh, Jennings, thank heavens you're here.
Now, this is going to be under control, honey. Now, don't worry.
So, Thayer, when you finish with your client, the matron will be out here. She's waiting to take her back to her cell.
Thanks again, Lieutenant.
Right.
Mr. Thayer. If you're expecting my cooperation on behalf of your client, you're talking to the wrong man. My sister and my father's wife are both still suffering because of what Marcia Talbot did. And they will be for quite some time.
Well, it's not about the case, Mr. Hughes. It's about the estate. Douglas Cummins wrote out a new will a couple of weeks before he died. In it, he left everything to Franny Hughes.
Attention all cat lovers. Crave Cat Food has added even more real chicken to the chicken, milk, and tuna proteins in Crave. Not flavors, but real foods. So now the taste cats crave tastes even better. Let your love show with the better taste of the protein-rich foods cats crave.
What stops leaking better than regular diapers?
Baby pants. See, they fit me just like little pants. Baby pants. All those droopy diapers just don't stand a chance. I'm dancing all about. If I could talk, I'd shout, 'cause I love my baby pants.
If you're like most women, it would take a lot to convince you that one maxi pad is different from another. But this material will convince you. They call it dry weave, and it's the patented covering on Always maxi pads. Look, it's designed to give us a drier kind of protection that simply didn't exist before. You're going to wish dry weave had come along a lot sooner.
Always. The touch of protection no other maxi has. And now with Always new carry and dispose pouches, it's never been easier to take Always with you.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Love's Baby Pants with a special comfort waistband and by maxi pads in thin maxis, minis, and panty liners, too. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment.
On Capital, passion led her to love. Passion drove her to revenge. Now will passion be her destruction? Jenny Markham in the heat of the day. In the heat of the day,
Got to get rid of these pills once and for all.
Rick makes the right decision
You did it.
Thank you. At the wrong time. This is CBS.
Born and raised in Mankato, Kurt Crandall, uniquely qualified to bring you the news from home at 6 and 10. Whether you're making plans for a family weekend holiday, a banquet, business meeting, or a convention, we'll Coleman to the beautiful New Ulm Holiday Inn. The rooms are spacious and comfortable. You'll enjoy the Bavarian atmosphere and the finest in German and American cuisine in the Heidelberg restaurant, and dancing to live music in the Stein Lounge. For conventions, banquets, and receptions, you'll find meeting rooms for groups up to 350. The Holidome offers a large heated pool, sauna, whirlpool, exercise room, and children's play area. For family fun or business meetings, call the New Ulm Holiday Inn.
And now, part 2 of As the World Turns.
What do you think, Mom? Is it the best you could ever tasted or what?
Yes, I think actually it really is.
I told you she never had homemade before.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I've had homemade ice cream. My mother used to make homemade ice cream. Mother did, yeah. My mother, but she made it outside the window on the fire escape, my poor mother. It wasn't as good as this. I guess because you have all the fresh cream.
Yeah, you have to tell me that.
What about my mom and her ice cream and hard times? No. Darling, we ate the ice cream to cheer ourselves up. Well, we've all had hard times, but we all seem to get through them. Don't you find that it's easier when you have people who love you around? Well, it seems to be that way with your family, Miss Snyder, yes, but not necessarily with mine.
Well, Mrs. Snyder, as usual, everything was great. Thank you very much. I think I have to go.
Oh,
no, you're not going to sit, are you?
Yeah, I have John's car. I don't want to worry him. Also, I'd like to make some phone calls to find out what happened with Sharon.
Actually, it is late, darling. I think we should hit the trail.
Oh, what a pity. I'm sorry to see you go. It's so lovely to have you. Thank you for coming. Well, thank you.
Good night.
My sweetheart?
Hi. Oh, it was great as usual. Well, it was. It was lots and lots of fun. And Ivor. Always nice talking to you.
Oh, we'll come back, too. I think I saw you the first night that you got home, didn't I? It was the first night. Oh, your mother must be glad to have you back. I certainly am. Aren't we lucky to have such beautiful daughters? Yeah, I think we really are. You're really very, very special. Yes, she is. I think I'll take my miracle home now. Thank you for my beautiful flowers. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
I wonder if Lily knows how lucky she is.
I'm not sure. But I do.
I didn't know you and Barbara were such close friends.
Well, she's been a really big help to me. She invested a lot of money in my new business.
Good. I'm glad to hear the wealth is being spread around. Tell me, does she know anything about you and I buying Carolina?
No, why?
I think it's best to leave it that way. Don't say anything.
Well, why not?
Well, because Lucinda and Barbara have become real good buddies.
You're kidding.
No. I don't know what she sees in that woman, but... well, anyway, excuse me, I must get back to my table. If there's anything you need or want to, then...
Actually, there is something I want to ask you about, sort of down the road. Well, my gorgeous mother here has an equally gorgeous voice, and she's thinking about getting back into singing.
Craig?
And I was wondering if maybe we could get her a few dates sometime to kind of warm up with.
Yes, of course.
Oh, Lila, good for you. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Okay? Why did you do that?
Why not?
Well, for one, I told you I was just thinking about doing it. It was just an idea, and you just put her on the spot. She was so embarrassed, she ran away.
Oh.
Everyone, I have a wonderful treat for you this evening. We are privileged to have a marvelous singer in our midst, and I think if we give her enough applause, she might grace us with a song or two. So may I present to you now, ladies and gentlemen, Lila Montgomery.
I thought she was singing good.
Oh, you like 10%.
Good thing.
Oh, it was so long. Did you miss me?
Terrible.
Oh, good.
I'd rather live while I'm in love, while I still believe the meaning of the word. I take my dreams and just pretend that you and I were never meant to end. Too many times I've seen the rose die on the vine. When someone's heart gets broke, it's usually mine. I don't want to take the chance of being hurt again, 'cause you and I can't say goodbye. So when you wake and find me gone, baby, carry on. You see, I need my fantasy. I still believe it's best to live while
Oh, that's lovely. Beautiful. Who is she?
She's a nurse at the hospital.
Now, I'm familiar with some aspects of this case. I've been talking to Elaine. She told me about a series of murders that Doug committed. Now, he killed Henry last, is that correct?
Yes.
I guess you know this all could have been avoided if you'd just come forward when you found out what Doug was doing. It couldn't? Marcia, you and I have been friends for a long time. I know you to be a very bright woman. What I can't understand right now is how could you have let your judgment be so clouded by emotions?
I loved Douglas more than I've ever loved anyone. I think something in me snapped that day when I found him dead.
I see. I'm going to need to know all the facts around his death.
I'll give you the facts. Kim and Fanny murdered him in cold blood. He was killed by the two women he worshipped.
Now, the way I understand it is he was holding them against their will. Now, in a kidnapping, homicide is termed justifiable.
You can't let them get away with it, Jennings. You've got to do something.
Now, you listen to me. My only concern right now is you. I don't think you realize just how much trouble you're in.
I don't care. Don't you see? It doesn't matter what happens to me. My life ended when Douglas was killed. All I want from you is to make sure Kim and Franny are brought to justice.
That's not much.
Well, make it your job. They murdered a helpless, tormented young man in cold blood, and I want them to pay for that. You know how much money I inherited from Caroline. It's all yours, Jennings. Use it however you wish to, whatever you have to do, but please make them pay for what they did.
Mixing the
pine oil is okay for big jobs, but for small jobs, who needs the hassle? You don't. Now there's Pine Magic, the power of a pine cleaner in a no-mix, no-rinse spray. Pine Magic cleans, disinfects, and deodorizes with that clean smell you pine for. So come on, try Pine Magic. After all, the bucket's a drag for small jobs.
New VO5 hairspray is actually good for my hair. It doesn't leave it dry. It truly improves my hair's condition. Doesn't dull or damage. And the more I use it, the better my hair looks and feels. Patented VO5, good for your hair.
Just like this car, my body needs the right kind of fuel. Del Monte, pineapple grapefruit.
New Del Monte Pineapple Blend. 50% juice, 100% great taste anytime. It's a sensible alternative.
There are lots of remedies for minor arthritis pain these days. Pills, creams, lotions. But the #1 rub for arthritis pain is Ben Gay with warming power. No rub is exactly like Ben Gay. Rub it in, and you can feel the comforting warmth of its medicine in seconds. Tests show Ben Gay's warming power penetrates deep down, and it increases circulation right where it hurts most. So rub in Ben Gay and rub out the pain. Rub out the pain with the warming power of Ben Gay.
Recently, a panel of experts gathered to sample a different kind of pot roast. Upon sampling a bite, they sensed this was no ordinary roast. It's been souped up with Lipton onion soup mix. Lipton's special seasonings and toasted onion pieces make it more delicious. Experts?
Nice onion flavor.
I like it. Yeah.
The experts agree. Souped up pot roast is simply delicious. Soup up your recipes with Lipton.
I'm sorry they woke you up. You look so peaceful.
I'll go get it. Come, Danny.
Hello?
Steve, hi, it's Iva. Look, I'm sorry to call so early, but I just called the office and checked the tape machine, and you're never going to believe this.
What? What is it?
Well, the owners of the condo job, well, they have a new job that they want you to do. I think it's a big one.
That's fantastic. I can't believe this. My whole business has turned around since you started to work for me. You're like a lucky charm.
Well, I hope so. It sounds like you feel better this morning. Did you and Betsy work things out?
Yeah, we did. But thanks a lot for calling, huh? I'll see you in, what, about an hour, okay? All right, bye-bye. Baby, don't make any plans for next week. We're going to Chicago.
Oh, for what?
Well, I am going to meet with the money men that are behind the condo job. Right, they have a bigger project that they're interested in me building for them.
I'm sure you have time for that? You've been so busy with all the other jobs.
Oh, baby, the way I feel right now, I could take on the world. Danielle, I tell you, your daddy is on the way up. That's right. You know, I am going to buy you the best of everything in the world. We're going to have a big house that we're going to move into, and I'm going to get you a pony. Yeah. And then I'm going to send you to just the fanciest private school you ever saw. I tell you, baby, I have made it. All our troubles are behind us.
Like some coffee?
Just half a cup. You look very pretty. What are you doing today?
Well, I'm going to see Holden Snyder at the Walsh Stables and see if he's had any luck trying to sell my horse. And if he has, I'm going to march straight to Oakdale University and sign up.
I thought we had decided you would wait on that.
Why?
Look, yeah, if we got lucky, you will be pregnant soon. And then you would have to quit college before you get a good start.
You know, I don't think we should start a family right now. I really don't. You know how much I want to be a doctor.
Shh. There'll be plenty of time for a career later. And what is more important than children? Think of the families we come from. The best in Montega. And we owe it to our parents to continue the line. I know that if your father was alive, he would agree with me.
I know, but there's no harm in waiting.
Well, Sierra, we'll talk about it later.
I thought you were going to go and talk to Mrs. Walsh today.
Maybe.
I think it will be very helpful for us if you can make peace with her. It's important.
All right, I'll try.
Sierra, you're not going to see Montgomery today, are you?
No.
Good. Now, look, I'll call you from the office and tell you about dinner plans. All right? Sierra, try to remember how much I love you. Bye-bye.
You look pretty. What are you up to today, huh?
I'm going to enroll in pre-med.
Well, it's about time. All right. All right. It's about time you make that dream come true. That's great. I'm very proud of you.
You know what this means, though? I know we both want to have children. We'll just have to put it off for a little while.
That's okay. Plenty of time for that. The most important thing about you is you're going to be a free spirit. I want you to be the best you can be in everything. That's what's important. Okay?
I love you so much for understanding.
Of course I understand, huh? You're my friend. You're my wife. We share each other's hopes. Boy, we are very, very lucky to have each other, huh?
I love mornings, waking up with you in my arms.
Only morning.
Particularly morning. Especially when they follow nights like last night. That's supposed to be romantic. It was in no way intended to be funny.
I was just thinking about how Earl handled the police last night. I have seen it all before, but even I was impressed last night.
Oh. I like your Uncle Earl. I think Lisa does, too.
Yeah, that worries me a little bit. My Uncle Earl has the habit of sweeping wealthy women off the feet.
Lisa is a smart cookie. She can take care of herself.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Who knows? Maybe Earl is finally changing his spots. It'd be so nice if he could settle down finally.
I think Oakdale would be a perfect place for him. That way he can be great uncle to our children someday.
That is the second time you have mentioned children lately.
Well, first things first. What month would you like to be married in, huh? I bet you're a traditional June bride. Oh, I'll bet you that April Fool's Day is a big day for you, huh? I can go along with April Fool's Day.
Married?
Yeah. Married. I want you to be my wife. Marry me. What's wrong? Well, why are you so frightened, Shannon?
Darling, you're looking at history in the baking. Starting March 1st, you'll learn the identity of the best tasting chocolate chip cookie that ever come out of a bag. That's March 1st. I'm talking a whole new cookie. I'm talking love.
Morning decaffeinated drinkers. The day's looking new and bright.
It is.
And
mountain-grown Folgers decaffeinated because mountain-grown coffee has more enticing aroma.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Decaffeinated. I don't use fabric softener anymore. Bold 3 has softener built in, but I use liquids. I get cleaning and softener in one. Why don't they bottle it?
We bottled it. New Liquid Bold 3, a stain-fighting detergent and full-strength fabric softener specially formulated to work together.
So clean. Clean that gravy stain. So soft. Feels terrific. Control static. Who needs fabric softener?
Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener. So good, we bottled it.
When my husband decided to cut down on saturated fat and cholesterol for his health, I made some changes in our diet. One was to remove the fat from chicken. Another was to use Puritan oil. It has less saturated fat than corn oil and most vegetable oils. Look, when frozen, the leading vegetable oil hardens and traps the tomato. It has more saturated and other fats. Puritan lets the tomato fall. It has less of these fats. Puritan's great for preparing a diet low in saturated fat and cholesterol to help reduce serum cholesterol. And that may help lower my family's risk of heart disease. Try cholesterol-free Puritan with less saturated fat than most leading oils. I think it's important to cut down on saturated fat. Don't you?
I'll tell you, it was so great last night to just be holding you in my arms again, you know? Knowing that everything is all right between us again.
I know it is, and it feels much better, but please don't forget what I said last night about getting a job. It's very important.
Oh, yes, the job. No. Look, I tell you what, when we get to Chicago, right, I'll get us a big suite, and then we can pace, and we can talk about the job all we want.
Good.
All right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love you. I gotta go, though. I'm gonna be late.
Who's that?
Who's that? Craig, come on in. Coffee's on. I bet you want to talk to Betsy, don't you? Well, I've got to go. So, I'll see you later. What's with him? Are you making some progress?
Well, I guess we've overcome that.
There was a smile on his face when he saw me. A smile. He was smiling. I didn't know how to respond.
Well, he's happy about his new big job. And
success can do that to a man, I guess.
Yeah. Well, speaking of business, how's yours going? How's today?
Thanks. It's going good. I'm going to drive over and take a look at my new offices. You want to come with me?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Great. And then after the tour, I'm going to convince you to come work for me.
What? Are you serious? I thought you were just kidding about that the other day.
Betsy, this is Craig. I never kid about business.
Mom? Hi, Charlie. What a surprise. Good morning. How you doing, huh?
No, all right. Listen, I've been looking all over for you. Martha said you were on your way over here. So.
Yeah, I want to talk to Kim, visit with her a little bit, and I also want to see how Franny's doing.
Yeah, me too. Listen, I got some news for Franny that may have some bearing on you as well.
Oh, really? What?
Well, if you want to buy Caroline's, you may need to talk to Franny, Mom.
To Franny? Why?
I had a talk with Jennings Thayer. He's the attorney who's handling Doug Cummings' estate.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, Doug left everything he owned to Franny. Several $1 million.
Lord, Tom, that. Well, what's this going to do to poor Franny?
Oh, you know, it was so good having you upstairs last night, Mom.
Yes, it was.
And I love that chocolate hat on the way home.
I did too. Look, I'm trying to live up to my Christmas gift.
Number one, Mom. There it is, huh?
Well, it's easy to wear it, darling. Hard to live up to it, but I'm trying.
Oh, tonight will be our night, and you'll come home, we'll sit by the fire, and we'll talk our heads off. Oh, great. I like that a lot.
Good.
Oh.
Scoot, go to school.
Out.
Mom? Yes, dear.
I'm going to go talk to Sierra after school today. She really wants us to be friends and sisters, and I like that, too.
Of course you would.
And I'd like to patch things up with you two if I could, if it's okay with you.
Darling, any help is gratefully accepted.
Mom, we could be a real family.
Yeah.
Nothing can hurt us anymore.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you doing here?
Well, I was just visiting with Holden. He found a buyer for my horse.
Oh, I feel so bad you had to sell for spirit.
Yeah, I wish I didn't have to, too. But for something more important. Is our mother home?
Yeah, she's in the living room. She's come to talk to us?
I thought I'd give it a try. You know, I don't like holding grudges. I still don't think it was right for her to lie to me, but maybe it's time I started forgiving. So I thought I'd take the first step.
Good. It's got to work. It really does. Look, I want to talk to you about this. Can I see you after school? Maybe?
Yeah, I'd love that. I really would love it. So why don't you come by my apartment?
Good. Okay. Good luck.
Thanks, Lily.
Miss Walsh, Miss Sierra just left, and I did exactly what you told me to do.
Good. Thank you, Holden. Holden, I may be coming by the stables to ride this morning. We'll discuss it further then, all right? But in the meantime, remember, Miss Sierra is never to know that I am the one who is buying free spirit.
Inspection! Are we clean?